So you need a floating bridge for your cigar box guitar, do you? Well, in this video I'm going to show you a few ways that I found to make some really nice bridges. Now I don't want to say cheap bridges, I want to say cost efficient bridges. Yeah. Now if you build cigar box guitars, I could pretty much bet you have a box like this in your shop. All this was in there. And this is all cigar box guitar inserts and just scrap stuff to use when building cigar box guitars. Now when I say cigar box guitar inserts, if I open this box here, the inserts, I mean these pieces that are on the side here, like this. Now the box I just showed you on the table, that's one. I have more in the shop. I think I'm turning into a scrap wood hoarder. Oh gosh. Oh no, there's a hole in my box. Well, one day I was just looking at these big boxes of all this scrap cigar box guitar wood, and I said there's got to be something I can do with this stuff. Now what I do is I went through the box, I picked out a few little stacks of these little boards here, and I try to find the smooth ones, and I try to match them up about the same size, but I'm looking for ones that are different colors, like these three here, different shades, like that. Like this, like that. Well, you get the idea. Now these inserts sometimes come in plywood. I don't use the plywood pieces for the bridges. So what I'm going to do is take these little stacks here and I'm going to laminate them together. Going to let them dry. Well, it is the next day. I let all these little board sandwiches dry all night, and I have them right here. Now the bridges I'm making are going to look like this, with a piece of fret wire on the top, and I usually make mine about 2.5 inches long. So that's what we're after. What I'm going to do to these things first is trim off all this excess stuff around the edges. And for that, we're going to use the bandsaw. Those four little stacks, this is what I have here as far as usable material I'm going to use for the bridges. I think it looks awesome. Now these bridges I usually make are about 1/2 inch wide, so I'm going to set my saw so I could cut these at 1/2 inch little strips. Now I don't have a fence set up for this bandsaw here, so I kind of just made one with this level here clamped to the side, and right there is about 1/2 inch gap between the fence and the blade. So we're going to rip these little boards. So now they look like this. I marked them all for 2.5 inch cuts. Well, now I have a whole bunch of these little bridge blanks right here. Now I'm going to take them to the vise and cut this little angle on the sides. These little angle cuts, I really don't measure it. I kind of just eyeball it because I've made so many of them. So I just put it in the vise. I'm just going to cut the little angle on it. Both sides. Now that I have all these bridges cut like this, I'm going to put the slot in it for the piece of fret wire right in the middle. And to do that, I'm going to use this ALS guitar fretting coleslaw. I meant the ALS guitar fretting saw with depth stop. If you want any information on this saw, I'll leave a link to it down there in the video description. Now what's nice about this fretting saw is you can loosen up these two little screws here, and this piece of plastic slides up and down to create the depth that you need. And I set it for the depth of my fret wire that I'm going to use, which is medium. And what that does is it allows you to cut a fret slot that's same depth there as it is over there. Now to get this bridge to look like this bridge, we have to shape it. And I'm going to do that on the belt sander. And what I'm going to do on the belt sander is I grab the little bridge like this and I kind of roll it on the belt sander like that. Now, if you like your fingernails and you don't want a permanent manicure, proceed with caution. After shaping them on the belt sander, I just hit them with a little fine sandpaper to smooth them out, and then I just add the fret wire. And I'm using medium fret wire, but you can use whatever fret wire you want. Then when you have them finished, they look like that, and I think those are awesome. Then you can finish them off with a little boiled linseed oil. Beautiful. Well, there you have it. Awesome bridges. Let me know what you think about these beautiful things. Leave it down there in the comments. If you're one of those people who have not signed up for my emailing list at southernfireguitars.com, which lets you know when I post new guitars, I just posted 8 beautiful new guitars yesterday, and they look like this. This is one of the new ones I just posted. This is called the Patriot. It's on a 25-inch scale, has a humbucker pickup with a Grizzly snuff can lid cover, and it's tuned to an open E. building yourself a cigar box guitar, you're going to need parts. If you use the CBG link in the description, which looks like this, and use promo code Southern Fire, you can get 10% off your order, and that's better than a kick in the head. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and blah blah blah. From the backwoods where chickens, birds, squirrels, turkeys, horses, donkeys, and airplanes interrupt the sound of my videos, my name's Michael, and I'll see you in the next one. Shut up, rooster!